YouTube DPal3543 here. Welcome. For the lack of introduction, something unexpected happened with my recording of that part. Yeah. So this is gonna be one giant part one here. That was actually, I'll consider this part two, but yeah, what happened was it was recording just fine, but then it stopped and said your recording stopped because of insufficient storage. So from now on, I guess I'm gonna delete recordings after I upload them, because after they're uploaded, I don't need the recordings there anymore. So but this way I'll have more room. And since this is going to be a part two, I guess I'll go ahead and do another world, I suppose. And you'll get your outro this time. One of 3 good luck charms Aqua made for herself and her friends the day before the market mastery exam. Anyway, as I was trying to say in the last part, dealings, blah blah blah. As I was trying to say in the last part, for those of you who don't know, just because you've wielded a Keyblade obviously doesn't mean you're a master. And the Mark of Mastery exam is this test where, obviously a Keyblade wielder or more tests to earn the Mark of Mastery. How this works is that their master watches them participate in this test, and they look to see. Press square while holding the still block. On a B. Wow. But yeah, the master watches them take this test to and they look to see if they get the Mark of Mastery. They see if they act like a master, if they perform as well as a master. And you'll see what, here soon, you'll see what can prevent you from being awarded Mark of Mastery. And you'll see what can, here soon. This command gauge fills when your attack hit enemies. If you go a few seconds without landing an attack, you will start to drain. Once you fill the gauge all the way, you can devastate opponents with the powerful finish command. Keep hitting Ven to fill up your command gauge. Shouldn't be too hard. Look, I'm hitting him. Let me beat the poop out of you for some magical powers. Yeah, there we go. And let me finish. Yeah. Does that make you happy, game? Good. Use triangle commands instead of regular attacks to fill the command gauge. May cause you to change command styles. Not really much of a command style. Command styles make your X attacks much more powerful. Which command style you get depends on the commands you use to fill the gauge. You will unlock more as you progress. Some command styles are tricky to activate. Try all kinds of command combinations. I have. It's awesome. You get some uberly powerful command combinations here as you get higher throughout the game. It's pretty awesome. Well, that works. But you need to know how to handle a crowd, too. So, he just walks away. He's like, okay, you need to know how to handle a crowd. So, Terra, go over there, and then I'll single-handedly fight you. And it's like, what? Use your shot lock command to hit lots of enemies at once. Hold down L plus R, and a big target circle will appear. Use the analog stick to point the circle at one or more enemies and lock on multiple times. This is what I was talking to you about. This move right here kind of is difficult. I don't use it very often, mostly for just bosses, and only if they're just sitting around, because bosses sit around, I guess? Anyway, while still holding L plus R, press X to use your shot lock, which hits enemies as many times as you locked on. It actually seems to hit them a lot more than that. Use a shot lock on Ventus. What's nice about Aqua is that she gets this nice bubble. There we go. I'll just bubble him up. I mean, you can go for a max and then you get like supercharged attack from the I guess, yeah, never mind. Shot lock gauges acquire focus. This focus gauge will drain when you use them. Another thing that's annoying about this game is that instead of having to wait for your, I mean, I guess there's not real difference, but in the older Kingdom Hearts games, you'd always have to wait for your Terra. You'd always have to wait for your mana to be recharged for you to use any moves over here. And this used to be nothing but spells and items and whatnot, but now it's these commands for this game. It gets annoying. And instead of waiting for mana to recharge, you have to sit around and wait for the move itself to recharge. So yeah, it's annoying occasionally, but you know, you live with it, you deal with it, you learn how to work with it. That's the thing. I'm just going to take a beating here at so much for the max. I want to try to get max. Never mind. Now I'm going to try to get max. I'm just going to go up here. See, I was 3 away from max. If she wasn't starting to beat into me like that, I probably would have been able to get the max. Oh yeah. Now she's confused. That was darkness around her eyes, by the way. It comes with experience. It does. Want to spar again? No thanks. None of you guys want to watch that. You guys want to get on with the story, not just sit around and beat the poop. Watch me beat the poop out of everybody. I'm actually recording this right after the first time. Trust me, you guys are ready. If you can't tell, you're going to clean up at the exam tomorrow. I hope it's that easy. It's like Master said, power is born within the heart. Oh, how true that is. When the time is right, you just need to look inside yourself. And you'll find it there. There's also this thing called the command board. That will be for another time, maybe. The command board I find to be very useless, though. I never get anything out of it. Even though I've won, I never get anything. You're supposed to get, like, XP or other stuff out of it, but I've never really gotten anything. Well, except for command board level up. Some of the things in my deck, my command deck, have been leveled up thanks to the command board. I guess that sounds suitable, but yeah. The good old save circle. Watch me jump. Gonna save here. Drop my tablet. Not too far though. Look at it's on my bed. Anyway, save. See, these are my first 3 saves. Beat him. Beat it as him. And now I'm working on her. Oh, come on. Oh, wait, never mind. Wait, yeah. I might have to do that again. I just beat that world, and it annoys me. Okay. Anyway. Hey, we're gonna head back. Having to do the second part all in one day. See, I was going to do a dueling video, continue on the dual generation series, but doing these 2 parts in one day is making me debate it. I might still do the dueling generations video, but I don't know if I want to or if I should, because that'd be 3 videos all in one day. But then again, I used to do that all the time anyway. I guess I'll go with it. I need to go eat something. I haven't eaten anything all day together. Always. Maybe I'll do that a bit later. I'm going to try to stop doing things that really early in the morning as well. Because, well, that's early. That would be the last night we ever spent beneath the same stars. Would it technically be the same stars? I mean, wouldn't the stars be the same no matter what world you're in? Mickey! Surfing into its tower. I guess. I don't know. So I've been watching the Game Theorists lately. Game Theory with Matt Pat, and he did this one not too long ago. That's like, he talks about how YouTube's become an industry. Everything's competition. And I was here thinking, it practically has. I mean, some of us get paid to this. I'm kind of doing this for extra money, but I'm specifically doing this to entertain you guys. But a little extra money won't hurt. No offense. But a lot of YouTubers do it for a living. YouTubers like Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Game Grumps, they do this for a living and to entertain you. They entertain for a living. We're practically actors or commentators, whatever. Actually, something terrible is about to transpire. I mean, heck, YouTubers can make a lot of money too. I mean, look at a lot of popular ones. They live in California. Dias, Matt Pat, Markiplier. They live in California. That's an expensive place to live. See, this is why, right here, is why I asked you guys to vote. Because I get 3 options, and it's like, Right, choose, but nobody voted. I don't even think I got any comments on that particular area. See, in this game, you choose one character at a time and complete his or her story from start to finish. Each character visits different places and meets different people, and only by finishing all 3 stories will you uncover this tale's deeper truths. Well, they all meet the same people, technically. I'm going to go ahead and play as Terra again. And it says I've completed it. Because obviously that other save. You saw that I completed it when I saved the game. As my Terra there, level 36. Okay. I also feel that Terra's campaign is probably the easiest. Because unlike the others, for some odd reason, Terra can do more damage than the others. And it just gets through faster. Everybody does more damage than Ventus, so, oh my god. His campaign took forever to beat. Am I the only one questioning what that third throne is for? And since Ericus is the headmaster, shouldn't Master Ericus be sitting in the main middle throne, not the side? Because that's usually how a throne room works. You have the king at the main seat, his queen on a side seat, and usually his children on either one side or either side of him from then on still smaller seats. So, but today will be examined for the Mark of Masters. Today you will be examined for the Mark of Masters. Wow. Maybe I have a speech impediment that causes me to skip words. Not one, but 2 of the Keyblades chosen stand here as candidates. But this is neither a competition nor a battle for supremacy. I think I might talk too much. Not a test of wills, but a test of heart. Both of you may prevail, or neither. But I am sure our guest, Master Xehanort, did not travel all this way to see our youngest prospects in years fall short of the mark. I trust you already. It makes me wonder how many people Master Ericus has actually trained. As far as the story goes, these are his students, and as far as anybody knows, these are his only 3 students. Let the examination begin. And it's questionable. To me, it's questionable. But how many students have gone to this castle to learn to be Keyblade wielder, trained to be Keyblade masters? It's all confusing to me. But a lot of the timeline is confusing because it's hard to explain too sometimes. Really, you could explain the basic timeline of the entire series and everything that's happened, but to get into like the very deep details, it makes it so difficult because there's so many details that are strange, but it's still really cool. And as soon as I start the gameplay here, I want to explain to you guys how a Keyblade works exactly. Because no, the cutscene's not over yet. Then Don't worry about me. You two focus on the exam. But then, you're in danger here. Go wait in your room. No way, I've been looking forward to this. Seeing you two become masters, I'm not gonna miss it now. He can take care of himself. He's been out there training just as hard as us. Yeah. Yeah. Stay sharp, Finn. So anyway, how a Keyblade works. Keyblades choose their wielders, and the only way to be chosen by a Keyblade is to be strong of heart. Have to have a strong heart. Now there's two ways that can go. Your heart could be strong in light, and you'll get a light Keyblade, or your heart can be filled, well, better say it this way. If your heart's strong and filled with light, you'll get a light Keyblade. But if your heart is filled with darkness, you'll get a dark Keyblade. Much like Master Xehanort's Keyblade, which you will see later in the game. But yeah, once I start playing as the other characters here, you will notice how the difference, the amount of damage dealt between Terra and the other two. It stands out exponentially. You'll see it. Pressing square makes you go faster. Let's see, it's the dodge mechanic mostly, but I like to use it if I want to get places faster. Because why not? Choo. Choo. But yeah. There's one particular kind of Keyblade that you'll be introduced to in this game if you're not unfamiliar with it. And I'm not going to spoil that bit, because that's a major part of the story, and technically saying that there's a big, important Keyblade isn't necessarily spoiling the game, because it's not giving you much details about it other than, guess what? It's a Keyblade of sorts. Not like I'm telling you how it looks or how it's created or the purpose of it or anything, and I'm not going to. I'll let all of that, the game and everything else, do that for you. Beat the balls of light like a boss. And I lost it. I'm probably gonna have, I'll do one world a day. But sorry for getting off track here, but I wanted to get this said now. I want to start the world, because you can't save from outside of the world, and if you stop the game while you're outside of the world, you'll just pick up where you last saved. That means I'd have to do everything all over again, and I don't know about you, but that gets on my nerves. I can't stand having to do things over and over and over again. So I will say in the next world, but that also causes complications in a way. Actually, I'll just go back to the world I left off on and then save there, because when it gets to the point when I'll ask you guys to choose which world, that'll cause a lot of complications, because if I just went on to a world B, then you guys wouldn't get the fun of choosing. See, I want this to be interactive. I want you guys to tell me which world you'd like me to go to, and I'd like you guys to see what you want to see. And eventually, well, I'll have to go to a world that you don't want to see at all. And it happens. It's just part of the campaign. We'll get through it together. We'll all suffer through this together. And by suffer, I mean Terra's first boss, is, unlike the others, is more difficult than it. Maximum HP increased. Yes, I keep trying for that. I don't know how. I'd like my XP to get bigger because a lot of these boss battles are pretty hard, and a lot of these bosses can take an extensive amount of HP away, and that gets annoying. So I want to build up my HP. That way I can't lose so much in these boss battles, and I'll still have enough to just pummel them into the ground. That was unexpected. But one must keep a still heart even in the most trying of circumstances. And for those of you who, if you weren't paying attention, after Erica summoned these balls of light, Master Xehanort sitting over there, he used the power of darkness to infuse these balls of light with darkness. So now they would actually attack aggressively. Like, I know it didn't seem they were attacking aggressively, but anyway. And that's what he means by, which was unexpected. They weren't expecting the darkness to randomly show up in the balls, but it's whatever. Now, Terra and Aqua. The two of you will face each other in combat. Remember, there are no winners, only truths. For when equal powers clash, their nature is revealed. Pretty much sparring where there is no victor. They just battle each other until, well, yeah. Obviously, they'll fight each other until one person wins, per se, but essentially, it's all based on how they do and who they are during the fight. Look at that smug face of his. Old people. Just kidding, I have nothing against old people. Why would I? They haven't done anything to me. Or any of my friends. We have deliberated each to conclude. Terra, Aqua, you both performed commendably. However, only Aqua has shown the mark of mastery. Terra, you failed to keep the darkness within you sufficiently in check. But there is always next time. That is all. Aqua, as our newest Keyblade Master, you are entitled to certain knowledge. Please, wait here for further instruction. Hey. Tara, I'm sorry. You see, throughout the Kingdom Hearts series, we see the Mark of Mastery exam twice. We see it here 3 times because of all 3 characters, and then we see it, but technically once. Then we see it in Dream Drop Distance. And in Dream Drop Distance, basically the entire point of that game is a Mark of Mastery exam. But, and in both times, every time you see a Mark of Mastery exam, it's always 2 people doing it. So I'm wondering, how would this work if there's only 1 person? Would the master spar with the apprentice, or would they just like, yeah, well, you're a master? Or would they just like, here, fight these? Cool, you're master. There you go. It's all so confusing. I wonder if they'll make a game that's like that. It just needs a little incentive to believe. I mean, and if you've played Dream Drop Distance, please, I hope you guys agree that I'm so disappointed with that. Sora should have been awarded the Mark of Mastery, not Riku, because Sora has been a Keyblade wielder longer. He's stronger of heart, technically, than Riku, but I guess Riku is stronger of heart because he's learned to wield both light and darkness. So pretty much, you have, for this, my Star Wars fans who watch this, Xehanort is the Sith, Sora would be the Jedi, and then Terra Nort would be Anakin Skywalker, specifically because of how that goes. You'll see. You'll find out why later. And I'm strong enough to hold it back. Yes. You are indeed strong. But, yeah, and then, like, Riku would be a gray Jedi. That's what Riku would practically be. He was once a good guy, fell to the darkness, but then returned to being a good guy. Or he just didn't agree with the system. Kind of like, Qui-Gon Jinn was a gray Jedi. Ahsoka Tano is now a gray Jedi. Speaking of Star Wars, it might be in the new Kingdom Hearts game, Kingdom Hearts 3, which is supposedly coming out this December. Really excited about that. You'd never be a master in his eyes. Anyway, back to the game. But why? Help me understand. Help me understand, Master Xehanort. What is it I have failed to learn? You are fine as you are. Darkness cannot be destroyed. It can only be channeled. Yes. Thank you, Master. Run, run. Don't know. Big uglies are everywhere. That's what's going on. Big, fat uglies everywhere. Very well then. I'll send my pupils to investigate. Ooh, investigation. I'm a dork. I got nothing better to do. Nothing wrong with sitting here making videos for a whole 11 people. Yeah. Yes, I understand. That was my dear old friend Yen Sid. As you know, he is mastery no more. Did I just say he was mastery no more? Wow. I must be losing it, but he still keeps a close eye on the tides of light and darkness. His counsel serves as signposts. Even in the Kingdom Hearts 2 and on the road we wielders of the Keyblade must walk. I'm curious, do the Keyblade wielders just chill out here, or do they go off other places? All the more reason, then, for concern. Because you never see a Keyblade wielder. For he tells me the princesses of Heart are in danger. Because you never actually see them with time off. It's like, what do you guys do when you're not hunting things? Not only from the forces of darkness, as you may assume, but also from a new threat, one that feeds on negativity. Fledgling emotions that have taken monster form. Sid calls them the Unversed. I wonder how he came up with the name. Or did he just open a book and see a random word? It's like, yep, that's what they're called. As wielders of the Keyblade, you are tasked with striking down any who would upset the balance of light and darkness. The Unversed are no exception. Let me just open this random book here. Oh, Unversed. Yep, that's a good name. Cool. I tried to pass this news on to Master Xehanort, but my repeated attempts to reach him have failed. I doubt there is any connection, and yet this all troubles me. And even the Heartless and the Nobodies have reasons behind their name, but the Unversed is just like, yeah, that's what we're gonna call you. Master Xehanort is gone. Nah, he's right behind you. Well, this guy saw him walking away. He saw him leave the building. I don't know if he saw him, like, walk further away, but he walked away. So here we are. I need you to get this situation under control. Okay. What's in it for me? Eliminate the Unversed and find Master Xehanort. Why not go find him first? I have unlocked the lanes between. You may use these forbidden pathways to travel between this world and countless others. These darkness looms closer than usual within these spaces. But your armor will protect you. You're technically flying through space, so I'd want to wear a suit of armor anyway, so I don't suffocate and die. Lastly, remember that order must be kept. You cannot tell anyone there are other worlds. Now go and fulfill your duty. And a big part of not... Yes, Master. Hold on, because he's not done yet. Terra. Consider this an opportunity. A second chance for you to change my mind. What? You must know I care for you like my own son. Keep up with me, people. If I could have my way, I would name you Master in a second. But how can I? You are so obsessed with power. What makes you think he's obsessed? I mean, wow, the darkness just popped up out of nowhere. You're just making assumptions, man. Terra, you mustn't be afraid of losing. Fear leads to obsession with power. And obsession beckons that darkness. You must never forget. Thank you, Master. I swear, I will not fail you again. Terra. Let me breathe first. Hold on. It's okay. Da, 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 da. I wish armor that would do that. I wish I had armor that would do this. That'd be so cool. It's just a shoulder plate. And then you tap the plate and then the armor just appears magically. But it can still be pulled off of you as if a normal piece of armor, as you'll see later. But for the most part, yeah, this is just... it'd be cool. I wish I could do that too. Just throw up a Keyblade. I wish I had a Keyblade. Who else wishes they had a Keyblade? I wish I had a Keyblade. That'd be amazing. Let me fly through this hole. Whoop. Bing. Where's the D-Link with Ventus? Yeah. D-Links have helped me a lot. Especially for that first boss fight. I had to forge a D-Link. As you can see right now, there's only one world open. That's technically the first world. That's what I consider to be the first world. I consider that first bit right there to be the tutorial world. I consider that world to be the first world. And then, as you see, there will be choices. So once I finish this world up here, I'll have you guys choose between these two. We'll get to which worlds those are later, but for now, I don't want to leave. Get me back in there. I want to visit the world. I'm going to go ahead and visit this world, and I'll find the nearest save spot I can and save there. Because I don't want to get these on for too long. But, yeah, I can't go back to the land of departure. Not yet, anyway. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Rumble, rumble. I think you can guess that everything's rumbling. Watch as they just casually walk out of a mountain. Or out of some hole that's randomly forming. See, if they don't want anybody to know that there's other worlds, or if, as a Keyblade wielder, no one's supposed to know that you're from another world, then why do you just come into this big, earth-shaking ball of light? I mean, really, and walk out of this armor? You're going to scare some people, and there's going to be questions asked, and then there's going to theorize, and everybody's going to eventually find out that you're from another world, and that there are other worlds, and then the world goes insane, and it's just mayhem. And I'm sorry for all these cutscenes. There's not usually a lot of cutscenes. It's not just all cutscenes. There is going to be gameplay. Like I said, this is just starting out. Nothing special yet. Well, it'll get better as it goes along. I promise. Monsters. The ones the master mentioned. These are the end first. Been recording for 49 minutes now. Ooh. 2 parts, 1 day. Wow, a lot of recording. I'm gonna hit you. That little health orb I don't need at the moment, but it's there. Nope. Alright, let's try that again. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Where do you go? There you are.